who want to make reels and videos, don't focus on the negative, take the discussions from the positives. Don't try to make conflict with others. We just want our people to understand that the mushrik and the belief in a man being God has nothing to do with Abrahamic faith. Don't make videos just on these negative things to have confrontations with people. This is not for confrontation but this is for clarity. People said, oh I thought we're Abrahamic faiths, that was a long time ago. But we said before that when Sayyidina Mahdi coming onto this earth there's no grey. So they have clarified for themselves, they say, no, he's God. So astaghfirullah, this is not anything to do with Sayyidina Ibrahim. He would turn around in his grave just to hear that. He doesn't even want to be associated with that salam. So these videos that we make and reels we make is for the other sides, the positive sides, the good message to bring people towards understanding. Once they have an understanding then clarity on incorrect points and incorrect understandings that will fill the earth. The Abrahamic Accord is not an accord, it has nothing to do with muwahhid and to be in the people who have oneness. All of Surah Tawbah, its beginnings is all about mushrik, mushrik, mushrik. Why? Because we said this gate of reality is clarifying. You enter into a gate of reality, is not everybody kumbaya, we're all the same. Allah's clarifying this gate at the first 29 verses is all about mushrik, and that the mushrik they took their lords as someone who could negate Allah's law. They say, Shaykh, I thought we're talking about lords. The lords of Allah, the arbab whom serve Allah, they negate nothing from Allah. If you come to a lordly soul and say that, I'm making lots of sins, he can't forgive you, he can't forgive himself, he can't even profess to forgive you. Who can on this earth forgive someone? Only Allah forgives. The shaykhs describe to you, make istighfar, give sadaqah, do good deeds. This is what Prophet taught to all of us, that this is how you seek God's forgiveness. You don't go into a booth and say, I've done this, and the man on the…
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The other side says, you're forgiven. What forgiven? You're drinking and abusing children and telling the other side he's forgiven? That's what Allah's talking about. These men whom called themselves arbab and the Rabb of these communities, now they give fatwas, slaughter the entire village, this is great, this is what God wants for us. Who's that man who give you that understanding? You send them to do criminal acts and say that it's okay because you said so? Haram is haram and halal is halal. There is no one on this earth that can make what is forbidden to be halal and what is halal to become forbidden. That's when those verses come and describe all in Surah Tawbah. Oh, they took their arbab as people who degrade the laws of Allah and diminish them and begin to answer. But that is the real mushrik, the one whom sits in judgment with Allah and says, oh you're haram, you're this, you're shirk, you're bid'ah. Those are mushrikeen because they sit and judge Allah's creation. And Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah taught by Prophet I fear for my nation the hidden, the khafi shirk, in which they sit and begin to judge God's creation. Don't judge God's creation and leave Allah to judge them. So then these are now the clarities that begin to come in the last days. Why Surah Tawbah, its gate, 29 verses is Allah talking about mushrikeen, and the mushrik is the one polytheist who makes a partner with Allah. Polytheist is one who makes a human into God, is big polytheist, and the other one whom sits on judgment of Allah's creation, that they are believers and you're calling them non-believers, believers in Allah's oneness. And then their actions, you don't like their mawlid and then you call them they're going to hell. Who told you you're going to hell? How you saw all the actions of a servant that you could make a judgment like that? So these are all of what the people entering Bab Tawbah, it's like you're going on a visual sightseeing tour. As you're reading these 28 verses all about mushrik and these people, and Allah say, yeah, this path of truth you have to go through and understand what is the falsehood as you're beginning now to enter. As soon as you enter around 38, verse 38, Allah begin to clarify. How could you not struggle in the way of Allah? When we're telling you enter into tawbah means begin now the fight with yourself. Your sword, because Imam Ali is at gate of tawbah, and the Zulfiqar, and this is the ulul albab. This is not all awliya, out of 124,000 awliya only certain number of them are ulul albab. Means what? They hold the Zulfiqar, they know the secrets of Lam Alif, and as a result the Lam Alif is coming onto their head and cutting that your head has to go, your fight is real and you have to fight yourself. And how can you say, no, I'm not going to fight myself, I'm going to allow my bad character, my bad desires, it's okay. And they're giving a warning, now as you're going up this mountain, no. And people may be on there but we don't know what they're doing in private, that they're falling. You say, oh, he was such a good person. How you know who's a good person? What they're doing maybe not pleasing to Allah, and the peg they're putting is not going to last. But this is the way of immense fighting against oneself. Why? Because the reward is they're going to now enter the cave on verse 40, where this is now the Hijrah. The Hijrah looks into this, and this is the whole reality the Qur'an is giving to us. If you want the Hijrah and the reality of Muharram, then you have to follow these awliya, because they're going to take you through the whole system of mushrik and deceit and deception. At gate 40 we're entering in. We're entering what? We're entering the cave in which Prophet with Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Siddiq al-Mutlaq, this is now Naqshbandiyyat al-Aliyah, which is the soul of all tariqas. All tariqas take the izzah and might from Naqshbandiyyat al-Aliyah, and the caretaker and holder of that reality now in this time is Imam Ali Shahi-Mardan, and that helped to give to the hand of Sayyidina Muhammad al-Mahdi. So these are immense realities, inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha. Ya Rasul Kareem, Ameen. InshaAllah we have a couple questions and then you can pray your maghrib inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam rahmatullah.
So this is in the continuation you just already mentioned. Makkah represents the state of struggle while Medina is the city of light. What does the incident in the cave where the Holy Prophet and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq were together represent in our spiritual journey?
Did the significance of where is Medina? That this is the whole secret of Lam Alif. La ilaha illallah who? Muhammadun Rasulullah. So, La ilaha illallah you're thinking is Mecca, but then alif lam lam hey is connected to Muhammadun Rasulullah. So, Muhammadun Rasulullah Madina, but where did they connect? At the hay and the mim, whom. So that who is the cave. So this is the cave of the human, that they enter into that cave, and that cave is the heart of Prophet. That the city you're about to go to is not just any city. That light of Madina to Munawwara, the Madina, the city of beatific lights, it is the heart of Prophet. It is the hearts of paradise. All of paradise is made from the light of Sayyidina Muhammad. So this is the immense reality of the cave. So we are on a hijrah to that reality, and when we enter into that cave and the whole description of the cave and its reality. So this is the immensity of that journey, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Are there things that can weigh us down as we climb the mountain of realities, weakening the strength of our pegs even after they were placed deep?
I didn't understand that. Shaykh, I didn't understand what you asked me.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Are there things that can bring us down as we climb up the mountain of realities that can weaken our strength of the pegs even they were placed very deep?
If your peg is put deep, you fall 5 feet. Of course you are weakened, that's got to be obvious. If you're climbing a mountain and somebody throw a rock at you, you may let go and fall, but how far are you going to fall? If you did khidmat, you did everything that they describe, you make your connection, it's a small fall, you grab yourself because there's imtihan, there's wind, there's debris, is all sorts of testing in life. So that's got to be obvious for people. But if you didn't peg yourself, what happens? You fall. Then people looked at, oh where's this guy, he's not coming anymore. Oh, maybe he felt too many were not real, maybe they weren't even connected, maybe they were doing things that were not pleasing to Allah. So this is a life lesson. And you see it in the movie, you see the people mountain climbing, one fall, the other one then falls. It's not easy to climb a mountain, otherwise then mountain climbers they wouldn't be getting trophies for the mountains they climb. The more difficult the mountain, the more they fall. Not everybody can get up there. So this is not an easy path, but people have to work their system. They have to keep doing and doing everything the shaykh is teaching, because he's a guide on the mountain saying, let's go, put it deeper in, put your peg in, do your good deeds, do your good actions, and this is the ascension towards the heavens. Can you not climb the mountain? That was last night. Allah says, no, how could you not climb this mountain? You're just going to stay down there, the shaitans are coming, they will convert you. If you don't climb the mountain, what? Ashab al-Kahf, they had to leave because their Lord decided that He was God. Ashab al-Kahf will now teach us next month. If you say, no I'm not climbing the mountain, Shaykh, this sounds very scary. Okay, are you going to be safe down there? Say, no, because Ashab al-Kahf, what Allah gave us from Ashab al-Kahf, they left their Lord, their Rabb. And why they left their Rabb? Because the Rabb said, I'm God, worship me. They said, what? We were all believing in God, now you call yourself God? and they ran. So it means we just described these mushriks are coming and calling themselves gods. You literally speak with them now and say, yes, so and so he's God. I said, come on, does this make sense in your mind that you're saying such a ridiculous thing? That the person who ate and drank is the creator, and then who did he pray to? So I don't know, they would talk as three of them, 3 equals 1. I said, what's 3 equals 1? 3 is 3. And they have all these bizarre explanations, it will get worse. Now the other one is saying also, he's coming to save. Save? Is butcher 2 million people, what are you talking about save? Doesn't look like he's saving anyone. And then he's going to call himself God too? So start claiming them, it's going to be very scary at the bottom, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
See, this is an email. I want to understand the reality of hair in Islam and its spiritual significance. I know the Muslim women are advised not to cut their hair and to cover it when praying and going out. When can we show our hair? Is it okay not to cover it when we are at home?
Yeah. We don't generally take Islamic law questions, so depending upon your madhab you have to follow all the rules of your madhab. But we have discussions in energy, men have to cover their head, women have to cover their head, this is energy. So you're a pyramid and an electrical being, and the energy will escape through the top and the crown of your creation. As a result, that crown is so significant, has to go into prostration to worship God correctly. So when the crown of your existence holds an immense amount of energy running up your spine. So whatever energy you're trying to collect, can you imagine collecting energy all day long, or connecting money all day long, or collecting whatever you love, and as soon as you go out you give it all away, just not even by your own will, that you put all this money in your pocket for the day to spend for the day, but your pockets have holes, and as soon as you walk 2 feet everything fell out. So energy is even more difficult to hold. So you're doing good deeds to have good energy. The energy is escaping through the head, not only escaping but the ifrit that you don't see, they come and land on the head and they begin to eat and gnaw upon to take the energies from insan that they don't have. And then you begin to feel pain in your face, pain in your back, pain in your neck. So the students of energy, they understand these laws are all based on energy. The external, they don't know the energy, so they try to argue about how much water to use. It's not about the water, it's about the energy. And it's not about a fatwa that this can show, that can show. Look, if you're not covering the head, the energy is not going to be good. And if you expose yourself, the nazar and the bad desire will magnify the negative energy 1,000 times. So you want to protect yourself from the eyes of people, and you want to protect the energy that you have, so that you are like a pyramid and you've secured your energy, nothing going out. If nothing is going out, you radiate an immense energy force, and that scientifically has been proven now. Everybody has about a 6 to 9 foot perimeter of energy that they radiate. But the one whom understood insulation, because like wires you have to know how to make a wire, just copper sending electricity is of no value. But what they did, they wrapped it and insulated the wire so that as the energy is flowing it's not being lost, so that the end you could use it. So all of the sunnah Prophet and the sharia of what Allah has given was to insulate our energy. That all your actions you're going to bring energy into your being. Once you insulate it from people's bad desires and you're covered in clothes of modesty, insulate the capstone of your existence which is the crown of your head, what happens? You have a tremendous energy force that can now begin to push out every type of attack. And the most fearsome attack is hasad and jealousy. The people on the street angry, jealous, they look at you, they're jealous of you, maybe desirous of you, maybe envious of you, and they're sending horrific energies. And as a result, if you have no protection, what happens? You become sick. So in the last days it becomes more profound. You'll see the people whom give up all of their protections become very sick and very ill, and all of these different difficulties begin to come to them. So these are the protections that Allah gave to the nation, and those whom want to climb they try their best to adhere to whatever Allah has given. Otherwise you begin to email, I'm sick, I'm having difficulty, I'm under attack. So this is an energy world and increasing 1,000-fold now. Energy is going to be everything. The energy release, the energy devices, energy all around us. More and more these teachings will make sense where others are not talking energy, they don't even understand energy. But the technical people, all they talk about is energy. All the devices are energy, all of their weaponry is energy. And they haven't even brought these microwave weapons out yet and laser beam weapons out. All of these things that are coming out are going to be based on energy. So protecting oneself, shielding oneself, all of these are based on energies and protections, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Walaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
As students of energy practicing meditation, are there any dietary restrictions we should follow, such as only eating at home or avoiding eating outside?
We have all of that in the energy book and the meditation book. To get the meditation books, you have to get the meditation book. It's 2 years question answers and the what to eat, not to eat, how to eat, the importance of eating. Everything that you breathe in, eat in, drink in, of course it's all energy. If you eat from somebody whom is a fast food and not washed and not clean and you don't make du'a on your food, it can be a loaded pack of energy that immediately make you sick. Because they're negative, they have all sorts of dirtiness and they're sitting there and making your meat and putting it on a plate and sending it to you. So yes, of course you're going to get sick from that. You immediately your stomach can't handle it, but you make your du'a, you try to make the du'as to be powerful so that to push that away from the children and from your loved ones. And you sanctify your energy at home, you make du'a so that your food comes and is blessed. So that's got to be common sense. What you eat, what you drink, how you breathe is all based on energy. So make it to be pure and clean. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi Surah al-Fatiha. Ya Rasul Kareem. InshaAllah I think that they're saying Tuesday night then for Ashura, for the actual 10th. So the day of Yawm al-Ashura we gather before Maghrib, from Asr to Maghrib to recite the du'as for Ashura. So that would be around 6:30 right before the Maghrib. Then we gather to make the du'as, then recite the names of the Shuhada Karbala alayhimus salam, and then make the ending du'as inshaAllah. And then break for Maghrib, break fast, and inshaAllah Allah bless us, dress us, forgive us, grant us the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, his holy family and holy Ahlul Bayt, and their nazar and their nazar be upon us, our families and our children and our communities. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi Surah al-Fatiha.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.